Hello lovelies, I'm Christina and today I am doing a tag video. I was tagged by the wonderful Codey over at PBR for the Too Much Information BookTube Edition tag. So thank you Codey for tagging me, and this is a pretty big tag. It's 50 questions, so let's just jump into it, and I'm gonna try to be real quick about it so that this video doesn't end up being super long. The first question is, what fictional character has the best style? I would have to say Elena in the Throne of Glass series. I feel like she just has a very beautiful and exquisite style, but also very practical one whenever she needs to. 2, your book boyfriend, girlfriend, fictional crush. I had a really big crush on Edward Cullen back in my Twilight days, so I'm gonna mention that. Number 3, ever loved a character but then started hating them. That has happened many times. I won't really mention any of them because I feel like that's spoilers, but I will say that there were characters in the Dark Tower series that I loved, then sort of hated, and then started loving again. So, number 4, biggest, longest book on your shelf. Now, the longest book I have is It by Stephen King. This one is 1,116 pages. Number 5, heaviest book on your shelf. That would be, that is heavy. That would be the special edition of The Lord of the Rings. Number 6, do you have any book posters? No, I don't. Number 7, do you have any book-themed jewelry? No, I don't. I used to have like a Lord of the Rings, the ring replica, but I don't have it anymore. Book OTP. I recently finished The Deep by Nick Cutter. I really wanted Al and Luke to get together in this one. Number 9, favorite book series, Dark Tower by Stephen King. Shouldn't be a surprise for you who's followed me for a while. Number 10, favorite book to movie soundtrack. I really love the soundtrack for The Lord of the Rings. I listen to that a lot whenever I'm reading or writing. It's beautiful. I also love Supermassive Black Hole by Muse, which was in the Twilight movie. That's also a really good book to movie adaptation soundtrack. Number 11, a book story you miss / wish would continue. I feel like the Dark Tower series could have had more books. Then again, it could have just dragged on forever and might be spread out a little thin, but I would have loved to be back in that universe and see more of it. Number 12, a favorite standalone. I would have to say Bag of Bones by Stephen King, not because it's the greatest, best book I've ever read, but this was the book that made me fall in love with Stephen King and his writing, and that just makes it so special to me, and it has a certain emotional value. Number 13, since when do you read books? I've read for as long as I can remember, and my dad was really good at reading to me when I was a little girl, so I can't really remember when I started reading. I've been doing it for as long as I can remember, really. You see, number 14, which Hogwarts house are you in? I am a Slytherin girl. Number 15, quality you look for in a book. I needed to have complex characters. I needed to have a good plot and a good pace and a satisfying ending. Number 16, favorite book quote. Oh, there's too many to choose from, really. I have a whole notebook that I've written down my favorite book quotes, so I couldn't really pick one. Sorry. Favorite author, Stephen King. Not a surprise there. Number 18, favorite book cover. There's a lot of pretty books, but I think my all-time favorite is this collection of Edgar Allan Poe's work. I just love this cover to bits. 19, action or romance? I would have to say action if I had to choose between the two, but I really like a combination, so if I had to choose, action. 20, where do you go when a sad moment happens? Well, where do I go when I read? I read everywhere, so whenever a sad moment happens, I don't really go anywhere particular. I had this moment where I was reading on the subway yesterday, and it got to a really emotional part, and I was just blinking and blinking and trying not to bawl my eyes out. So I don't go anywhere special, but I do read a lot when I'm home, and I do enjoy being on the couch or in my bed reading, so I usually just stay where I am. It's good to get a good cry. Just cry your heart out. 21. How long do you need to finish a book? Totally depends. It depends on the book, depends on how much I feel like reading or the language in the book, how it is written. Totally depends. 22. How long is your morning period? Varies a lot. Haven't really had like a really long book hangover for a while. I think the longest one I had was like a week. 23. Least favorite book. 50 Shades series. Don't even get me started. 24. Turn on in a character. I need a character to be complex, deep, and the character has to have humor. It has to be something funny there for me to really fall in love with the character. 25. Turn off in a character if they just don't have any depth to them and feel totally unrealistic, then I will probably not care for them as much. 26. Reason I joined BookTube. Oh, that's a good one. I wanted to try YouTube for a long time. I did really have a beauty channel thing going on a few years back, but it just didn't go anywhere, and I've always loved books, and I didn't really know that BookTube was a thing, and then suddenly I started discovering BookTubers and just finding it really interesting to watch, and I thought, hey, I could do that. 27. Name a scary book. Oh, I've read a lot of scary books. I love scary books, but one that definitely comes to mind, it's Bird Box by Josh Malerman. It was just super, super creepy. The other one I want to mention is It by Stephen King, which is also very, very creepy. 28. The last book that made you cry. The Deep by Nick Cutter. You wouldn't believe it, but it actually had me tearing up. 29. The last book you gave 5 stars. That would be Out of Your Mind by Alan Watts. I've mentioned Alan Watts a lot on my channel lately, but amazing philosopher, great books. 30. Any favorite book titles? Not really. I don't judge the book by its title, and I can't really have one that comes to mind. Maybe Bag of Bones. 31. Last book you read. The Deep by Nick Cutter. 32. Book you're currently reading. Oh, I'm gonna show you. It's Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I am giving this a go. 33. Last book adaptation you watched. Can't really say for sure. I've watched some movies lately, and I'm not sure if they've been books. I'm not really sure. 34. A book character you always wanted to talk to. This is gonna sound really morbid, but I would really enjoy just sitting down having a glass of wine with Pennywise. Is that just awful? Oh, and Roland from the Dark Tower series. I think he would be an amazing whiskey drinking buddy for sure. 35. An author you always wanted to talk to. Stephen King. 36. Favorite book snack. Probably chocolate. 37. Book world you want to live in. The Harry Potter world, of course. 38. Book world you don't want to live in. Well, there are parts of the Dark Tower series, parts of the world there that I really wouldn't want to live in, but would thoroughly enjoy actually experiencing. 39. Last time you smelled a book. I am a huge book smeller. I love the smell of books. So I think the last time I smelled a book was yesterday. So, happens all the time. The best smell is like old books. They smell so good. 40. Weird insults used in books. Nothing comes to mind really. 41. Favorite romance book. I would have to say either P.S. I Love You or maybe Me Before You. 42. Do You Write? Yes, I do. A lot. 43. Favorite magical item. I would say either the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter or the wands in Harry Potter. Just, they are so beautiful. 44. Your Quidditch position. I've never been much of a girl for team sports, so I would probably stay clear of Quidditch. I would make my team lose for sure. 45, name a song you connect to a book. I don't have like a specific song that I connect to a book just because I listen to it. Not one that comes to mind, at least. 46, favorite book-related chat-up line. Can't really remember. 47, have you ever used it? I don't use pickup lines that much, at least not when I'm sober, and I can't really remember using any ones that I've ever read. 48, favorite book fandom. Dark Tower series, or the Dark Tower fandom. Like Codey said, it amazes me that it's not a bigger fandom than it already is, but maybe that will grow with the movie, hopefully, because the Dark Tower series is just so amazing. 49, how many books do you own? A lot. I haven't really counted. Now number 50 is who am I gonna tag? And I'm gonna tag 3 people for this one. First one is gonna be Diana over at Dicey's 19 Heart Books. Then I'm gonna tag Elena at Elena Reads. And the last one I'm gonna tag is Stephanie over at That's What She Read. I will link all their channels down below. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a super fun tag to do. Some of them weren't as easy to just answer on the fly, but super fun. Thank you, Codey, for tagging me once again. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video soon. Goodbye!